so you don't need to. I thought I'd make it out alive. Took to all your new friends, I never made you upset. I thought that I could survive. Funny how you get so high. You tell me you can touch the sky, but it all comes crashing down when your bill starts running out and there's no one to save you now. I'm fading.
Attention guests, our program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. Attention guests, our program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. Attention guests, please take a moment to silence your mobile devices. As a safety precaution in the unlikely event of an emergency, please locate your nearest exit. Our program will begin momentarily. Thank you and enjoy.
Well, good evening and welcome to a very wintry 2024 State of the School Address. Thank you for those here in attendance in person and those online. I'd like to acknowledge several distinguished guests with us tonight. Please hold your applause, but join me in welcoming from Senator Jackie Rosen's office, Ashley Martinez. From the Nevada System of Higher Education, hopefully soon, Chancellor Patty Charlton and Vice Chancellor of Health Sciences, Marcia Turner. University of Nevada, Reno Executive Vice President and Provost, Jeff Thompson. From Renown Health, President and Chief Executive Officer, Brian Erling. The President and Chief Executive Officer of Barton Health, Dr. Clint Purvance. The Executive Director of the VA Sierra Nevada Healthcare System, Mr. Thomas Telemonte. And the Chief Executive Officer of Community Health Alliance, Mr. Oscar Delgado. Furthermore, we extend a welcome to the following community partners who have joined us from Renown Health, Barton Health, the Community Health Alliance, and the VA Sierra Nevada Healthcare System. Before I begin my address, I would like to share our university land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the University of Nevada, Reno, is situated on the traditional homelands of the Nama, Northern Paiute, Washoe, Washoe, Nuwa, Western Shoshone, and Nawa, Southern Paiute peoples. These lands continue to be a gathering place for indigenous peoples, and we recognize their deep connections to these places. We extend our appreciation for the opportunity to live and learn on their territory. Last year, when I came before you in this formal setting, I provided an in-depth review of the year and highlighted accomplishments of our faculty, staff, and students, as well as the challenges. This year, I will focus on our strategic plan for 2024-2029, developed earlier this year in a broad collaborative effort and fully aligned with the university's strategic plan, Wolfpack Rising. Let me start out by saying that it has been and continues to be an honor for me to lead this great medical school. We have an incredible 52-year history, and I could not be more grateful for the opportunity to work with all of you as we look ahead to our bright future. President Sandoval emphasizes the Wolfpack Way, and I see that philosophy and approach applied during our daily work at UNR Med. Before discussing our strategic plan, I would like to mention some of our accomplishments and success stories over the last 12 months. There is a lot going on at UNR Med, but as you see, we still have a lot to accomplish. First and foremost, I highlight and thank those individuals who are the reason why we come to work every day. Our students in medicine, PA studies, speech pathology and audiology, and graduate studies. They represent our healthcare future, and we are so very thrilled that they have entrusted their education to us. We have a huge responsibility to the state and to its people, and I am confident that we are training the best and the brightest representation of the next generation of healthcare providers and scientists. In our values statement, we declare that people are our strength, and this, without question, is as true today as it has ever been. I will first call out Vincent Lombardi, who chairs the Faculty Council, a body that helps us to fill our pledge to shared governance. Thank you, Dr. Lombardi, for your work and members of the Council. The Classified Council is also live and active, engaging with Senior Associate Dean Philip Clark and our Director of Strategic Operations and Initiatives, Janine Nelson. There are some new faces at UNR Med. We are delighted to welcome a new Dean for Institutional Wellness, Dr. Lauren Schwarz, who comes to us from St. Louis University School of Medicine. This is an inaugural position and one that we think will help the UNR Med community navigate challenging times in healthcare. She will also have an active practice in neuropsychology at Renown Health. We have a new Assistant Dean for Institutional Assessment and Accreditation, Shannon Beats, whose major focus will be LCME reaccreditation. More on that later. Dr. David Howard has returned to UNR Med, and I'm pleased today to announce that after a national search, Dr. Howard will assume the position of Associate Dean for Curricular Affairs. Dr. Amy McGahey from Creighton University in Omaha is the new Chair of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Samuel Lee from Dartmouth and the White River Junction VA Medical Center in Vermont. took over as chair of the Department of Internal Medicine, now the Department of Medicine, to reflect his broad portfolio. Dr. Chris Dieter was named permanent chair of pediatrics, and Dr. Barb Harvey was named permanent chair of pharmacology. Dr. John Westhoff was named our inaugural assistant dean for student research, and we had a very successful summer research program this year under his guidance, with more than half the class of first-year students engaged in research over the summer of 2024. Dr. Christy Elliott was named the interim chair of pathology, taking over for Dr. Marcus Erling, a proud UNR Med alumnus who retired in August after a remarkable 50 years of contributions to medicine. Dr. Brett Fry has been named the interim chair of the Emergency Medicine Department effective January 2025 as part of a new relationship UNR Med has forged with Western emergency physicians. We are looking forward to advancing the educational and academic footprint of both pathology and emergency medicine, and thank these new leaders for agreeing to take on their respective tasks. Dr. Alicia Diaz-Thomas will be our new Senior Associate Dean for Institutional and Faculty Affairs beginning December 9th, and we are pleased she decided to join us from the University of Tennessee Health Sciences Center. We also have new additions to our Marketing and Communications team, namely Dana Reynolds and Riley Moss, and to our development office, specifically Gabby Brackett and Leanna Gloat. I've left out a lot of other individuals who are now part of the Wolfpack family, but we appreciate each and every one of you and are thrilled to have you on board at UNR Med. On the research side, the cardiovascular COBRE was renewed for a second 5-year period. R01s were garnered by 4 investigators during academic year 23-24. As of last month, our faculty have 17 active R01 grants. Our expertise in areas such as cardiac arrhythmias, muscular dystrophy, smooth muscle cell physiology, and infectious disease diagnostics are recognized nationally and internationally, and we should be very proud of our expanding reputation. That said, we need to get the word out in a bigger and more expansive way to our alumni, to our legislators, and the community at large. When I take visitors on a tour of the UNR Med campus, the universal response is, I had no idea. Yes, UNR Med is doing great things, and we should never miss an opportunity to tell our story. We had a successful match in March, with our students gaining entry into prestigious residency programs, including UT Southwestern, Cedars-Sinai, the University of Chicago, the Mayo Clinic, and Stanford. We graduated our 4th PA Studies class, launched the new pediatrics residency program, now in its 2nd year, applied for a new OBGYN residency program and an addiction medicine fellowship, and engaged in a formal planning process to build more graduate medical education. A medical school thrives when it not only has a human face, but develops a sense of community built around a common vision and demonstrates a willingness to innovate and change. Standing together, we are a research-intensive, community-based medical school with a greater than 50-year history of medical education, the delivery of clinical care, biomedical research, and service to the region. Recently, we engaged in a reset by developing a new strategic plan through a formal process of outreach to multiple constituencies as we sought feedback and guidance. This process was facilitated by colleagues at the College of Business here at UNR, and we certainly appreciate their help in helping us reach this point, and to frame 4 key pillars. I should state clearly that when the plan was under construction, we reached consensus very quickly that our vision must remain the same, a healthy Nevada. This vision also serves as an anchor for everything we do and why we strive so diligently every day to improve. The strategic plan for UNR Med contains 4 pillars: develop a connected community, promote excellence in education, advance medicine through research and innovation, and build an integrated academic health system with renown. I would like to highlight some of the goals set forth under each of these pillars. This was not an exercise for the sake of an exercise. As some of you have heard me say, strategic plans are often neither. They're often not strategic and they're often not plans. We have worked diligently to develop this plan and to intentionally focus on specific and attainable goals under each pillar by outlining resource allocation and timelines. The 12 working groups that were assembled by Senior Associate Dean Clark line up nicely like a Jeopardy board. Each engaged willing faculty and staff committed to improvements and advancement of our core missions. To date, 67 projects have been identified. 21 are active and 17 are approved for fiscal year 2026. Among other near-term initiatives that do not come with a high price tag, we will develop a community faculty database and faculty development program, plan for a GME centralized curriculum, encourage MD-PhD partnerships through an internal award program, establish a recruitment planning group, expand Savant Medical Library resources, and explore the development of a healthcare innovations hub. Now onward to our pillars. To begin with, we will develop a connected community, and as we do so, we recognize the pivotal role that our partners play. Just to name a few, in addition to Renown Health, the Sierra Nevada VA Health System under the new leadership of Director Thomas Talamonte and Chief of Staff Joy Chestnut, the Community Health Alliance with UNR-Med alumnus Travis Walker serving as Chief Medical Officer, and Northern Nevada Hopes. We are increasing our touch points with our colleagues at the Orvis School of Nursing under the new and bold leadership of Dr. Charlie Yingling, the School of Public Health, and the College of Engineering. We had a student complete an internship this past summer at the Reynolds School of Journalism under the auspices of the Hitchcock Project for Visualizing Science. We have a new funded relationship with the University of Utah that will allow us to train clinicians in clinical research. These partnerships will be nurtured and grow over time. We are building state agency connections, and in particular, we're working closely with Stacy Weeks, Director of Nevada Medicaid, on a number of very important projects that will directly impact the School of Medicine and, most importantly, the patients served by this very crucial clinical program. Let's now hear from Dr. Nicole Jacobs and a number of our external partners about how UNR-Med is strengthening ties between students, faculty, and staff, as well as the broader community, how we are promoting inclusion and belonging, and how we all share the vision of a healthy Nevada.
UNR-Med recognizes that diversity and inclusion are essential for building an inclusive approach to healthcare. A healthy Nevada ensures that all individuals receive culturally humble care, ultimately fostering better health outcomes for our entire community.
UNR-Med and Orvis School of Nursing collaborate through various interprofessional education activities, allowing nursing and medical students to learn side by side. Our shared commitment to health equity is evident in our joint diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Our nursing and medical students work together to offer health screenings and education, emphasizing our dedication to community health and equitable care.
Community Health Alliance and UNR-Med are enhancing community health by incorporating medical students and residents into our care model, focusing on interdisciplinary care and service to underserved populations in Reno and Sparks.
UNR-Med and the VA Sierra Nevada healthcare system are actively meeting to align their strategic goals, focusing on enhancing healthcare services for both veterans and the broader Nevada community.
And we advance healthcare education to foster the development of a highly skilled and compassionate healthcare workforce. We focus on enhancing patient safety, cultivating respect and collaboration among healthcare professionals, and embracing emerging technologies to stay ahead in healthcare education.
By leveraging our combined resources, UNR-Med and the VA are also enhancing research opportunities for residents and medical students, fostering collaboration between research clinicians, and broadening the support for network and medical education and research initiatives.
We are dedicated to a long-term partnership with UNR-Med, providing administrative support for education and actively seeking ways to integrate more learners into our programs, ensuring a robust support system for both students and providers.
We emphasize inclusion and belonging alongside diversity because the benefits of a diverse community can only be realized when everyone feels valued and empowered to bring their authentic selves, ensuring that all voices are heard and contributing to a richer, more equitable environment.
These efforts align with our broader vision of achieving health equity and promoting a healthy Nevada.
The second pillar, promoting excellence in education, means that we will invest in our core mission in order to serve as a catalyst for attracting and retaining highly qualified learners in our undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs. We strive to create a learning environment in which trainees feel supported, empowered, and equipped with the tools they need to succeed and excel in an increasingly complex and competitive healthcare environment. We are currently exploring new avenues in the curriculum. We will have a new anatomage unit in the Savant Medical Library. We initiated a voluntary capstone course for fourth-year students and developed elective rotations in LGBTQ health and the business of medicine, the latter with the help of senior leadership at Renown. We are expanding the number of learning specialist options as well as mentoring, and we are seeking to secure funding to launch a new prospective MD-PhD program. Under the guidance of Dr. Daniel Moakler, we plan to stand up a medical laboratory science certificate program in 2026 to fulfill an unmet need in hospitals all across the state. As many of you know, we are focused on expanding graduate medical education, our residencies and fellowships, in a plan we call 5 by 30, that is, 5 new programs by 2030. Along with my colleague, Dr. Mark Kahn, who's the Dean at the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine at UNLV, we have met with legislators at the state level, regents, and the governor to advocate for GME funding at the 2 public medical schools in the state. This is an imperative because, as many of you know, Nevada ranks between 45th and 49th in the number of physicians per 100,000 population across all disciplines. We must do better if we are to care for our citizens and ensure that the Silver State can continue to attract new businesses, both large and small. I'm pleased that Governor Lombardo recognizes this need and has placed funding of GME high on his agenda for the upcoming legislative session. And our efforts go beyond the state. Recently, along with Michael Flores, our Vice President of Government and Community Engagement, I visited legislators in Washington, D.C. to raise awareness of the physician shortage in Nevada. Using data from UNR's Office of Statewide Initiatives under the direction of John Packham, it is now estimated that a total of 2,450 physicians will be needed in order for our supply just to be at the national median. Through grants from the state and federal government, the OSI administers the Nevada Health Service Corps, which promotes loan repayment options for physicians and other healthcare providers in exchange for work in underserved areas of the state. We are also hopeful that our medical and PA students will serve in the state, but the key will be for us to develop more GME opportunities. 80% of individuals who attend medical school in Nevada and complete residency here actually end up practicing in the state, and that's a very impressive figure. So the message is clear: we must build graduate medical education. I would be remiss if I did not also mention that our PA program continues to excel under the inspired leadership of Brian Lauf. The vast majority of our PA students are from Nevada, and upon graduation, stay in Nevada, delivering essential care throughout the state. The Department of Speech Pathology and Audiology, having just celebrated its 50th year under the leadership of Interim Chair Tammy Brandkamp and her team, continue to educate the next generation in much-needed disciplines. Recently, she directed the 2nd annual aphasia camp, and new faculty have been hired into the department. I also want to recognize the long tenure of Dr. Tom Watterson, who retired this year after decades of service to the department, to UNR, and to the patients with cleft palate. Thank you, Tom, for everything you have done for UNR. Now let's hear from our students on the personal significance of becoming a healthcare provider and what building towards a healthy Nevada means to them.
I grew up in rural Nevada and was first in my family to attend college. I've experienced firsthand the significant healthcare challenges that impact so many Nevadans, from provider shortages to limited access. A healthy Nevada means that all Nevadans, regardless of where they live, have equitable access to healthcare.
I grew up in the small rural mining town of Elko, Nevada. After moving to Reno, I completed a master's degree in medical speech pathology and worked in inpatient hospitals for 7 years before deciding to pursue medicine. My pursuit of medical education is driven by a sense of community and a duty to give back where help is needed most. Underserved communities like the one in which I grew up in are in dire need of primary care.
My experiences growing up and being deployed in Afghanistan inspired me to pursue my passion for medicine. My medical education has only increased my desire to give back and return to the underserved communities that raised me.
The MD program at UNR Med has always been proactive, teaching not only the social determinants of health, but also compassionate care to our population, regardless of social or financial status.
By improving access to care, we as providers can shift our approach from being reactive to proactive, addressing the root causes of health issues and promoting the overall well-being of our population. Because our patients are more than just their diagnoses.
By investing in the infrastructure to train future physicians and recruiting more doctors to provide preventative primary care in Nevada, we are ensuring that our communities will have enough physicians to meet their needs.
As a future PA, I will be able to help relieve barriers to healthcare for all Nevadans.
I look forward to being a driver of increased health and healthcare access in these communities.
I am
a
healthy Nevada.
A healthy Nevada.
Students, huh? Great students. And now to the third pillar, advancing medicine through research and innovation. UNR Med's identity as a research engine underscores our commitment to inquiry and innovation. We are looking to expand into cancer research, and to do so, we need to innovate and expand the Anderson Building. Last year, we came close to receiving a major $8 million award from the NIH to support the project, and we are now likely to secure federal earmark funding. Architectural plans have been updated, and under the leadership of Senior Associate Dean for Biomedical Research, Lucia Noterpek, UNR Med will reapply to the NIH in January. Why this focus? We aim to resolve a major problem. While cancer is the leading cause of death in Nevada, a significant cancer research desert exists in this state. We also believe that the time is right, given the growth of the Pennington Cancer Institute at Renown Health, and the Institute's goal of becoming an NCI-designated cancer center. I want to personally thank Senators Jackie Rosen and Catherine Cortez Masto, as well as Representative Mark Amadei, for their efforts in helping us obtain funding for the renovation initiative. In addition to the R01 grants I mentioned earlier, our research expenditures are shown on the slide. Research expenditures are a marker of ongoing productivity. In academic year 2023-24, the three basic science departments had $23.7 million in research expenditures, a slight decrease from 2022-23. The source for 2/3 of these expenditures came from federal grants, and 22% came from state sources. Overall expenditures across all UNR Med units increased from $38.7 million to $40.9 million. These figures include grants to the Nevada State Public Health Lab, the Sanford Center for Aging, the Office of Statewide Initiatives, and other units. I want to recognize all our faculty who work diligently to attract extramural funding, the lifeblood of our research and service activities. A special shout out to two individuals without whom we would be lost. Thanks to Kayla Armbruster and Catherine Cook for their diligent work on pre-award and post-award administration. They truly exemplify the Wolfpack way, always doing extra, thinking creatively, and assisting our researchers. I know one of them is here. I don't know about Kayla, but thank you very much. Thank you both. Elevating our research profile is pivotal to our aspirational goal of providing contributions to the field of medicine that are nationally and internationally recognized. We are hoping in the next 5 years to recruit a new generation of scientists at the assistant and associate professor levels, with an ambitious plan to attract up to 18 junior and mid-career scientists. We recognize the financial challenges. Packages in the range of $1 to $1.5 million, exclusive of salary, for each investigator are often needed for recruitment. The cost of sophisticated research equipment has also increased, but with that said, building upon our strengths and recognizing our R1 High Research Carnegie designation, we must ensure that we hire productive, grant-funded scientists who will contribute for many years to come. Let's now hear from Dr. Noterpick and Interim Chair of Physiology and Cell Biology, Dr. Dean Birkin, as they discuss some recent research advancements at UNR and its impact.
Our biomedical research departments have a long history of excellence with faculty who have made impactful discoveries in their respective fields. We offer outstanding shared facilities and top-of-the-line scientific equipment that enable our investigators to collect data using the most advanced technologies available today.
The biomedical research conducted at UNR Med has significant national and international impact. It encompasses areas such as swallowing disorders, prostate cancer, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, and pediatric muscle diseases. Our innovative therapies include small molecule treatment for Duchenne muscular dystrophy and a protein replacement therapy for congenital muscular dystrophy. These patented therapeutics are now advancing towards clinical trials.
We are committed to fostering collaborations across campus and within the community, partnering with scientists in engineering, biology, and data sciences, as well as the School of Public Health and the Orvis School of Nursing. We work closely with the VA and the Nevada State Public Health Lab, and we have a significant partnership with Renown Health that will facilitate future growth in translational preclinical and patient-based clinical research.
Our graduates advance to impactful roles in healthcare and translational research, ultimately contributing to novel therapies and improved patient care. Our research efforts not only contribute to global scientific advancement, but also local benefits as well in creating biopharmaceutical job opportunities and retaining talented scientists in Northern Nevada. Our contributions to healthcare advance clinical and patient care underscore our commitment to a healthy Nevada for all.
Together,
we
are a healthy Nevada.
A healthy Nevada.
And now to the fourth pillar, building an integrated academic health system with renown. Unlike the character Napoleon in Animal Farm, who famously said that all animals are created equal, but some are more equal than others, I can state definitively that all four pillars of our strategic plan are created equal. Stated otherwise, it is truly an imperative for us to work with our colleagues at Renown Health to continue to build an integrated academic health system. We've made great progress in the last year as we merge processes and engage in initiatives that are designed to improve the learning environment, grow GME, expand access for patients with Medicaid, and increase our clinical research footprint. A shining example was the hiring of Dr. Eric Kim, an NIH-funded academic urologist who brings both a clinical and research skill set that is helping to transform urology and, by extension, surgery at Renown and UNR. Now in its fourth year, the UNR Renown affiliation is prospering. Our academic chairs in medicine, family and community medicine, OBGYN, psychiatry, and pediatrics also serve as clinical chiefs at Renown. Dr. Bill Plouth, Chief Medical Officer, serves as Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs. Dr. Tim Baker, Vice Dean, serves as Vice President for Education, and I serve as Chief Academic Officer. In under 2 years, Dr. Brian Erling has transformed Renown Health, and we are thrilled with our ongoing partnership and day-to-day working relationship. The affiliation agreement is not just a 239-page document. It is the foundation of a highly productive and expanding collaboration that puts our community and our community's health first. So now let's hear from both Drs. Kim and Dr. Erling on what the affiliation means to them, to UNR Med, and to our community at large.
For over 50 years, UNR Med and Renown Health have partnered to serve our community, and we're committed to continuing this collaboration for another 50 years and beyond. We are both deeply rooted in this community. As Nevada's first hospital and medical school, We share a rich history of working together to provide essential services to underserved populations. Our shared vision enhances community care through expanded access, clinical training, and research. We foster a culture of mentorship and inclusion across all healthcare professionals, learning and innovating together.
The partnership between UNR Med and Renown Health establishes a vital component of an integrated academic medical system, clinical research. This foundation not only enhances patient care, but also provides essential training for our learners. By exposing them to the latest technologies and concepts, we're cultivating future leaders in medicine who have an integral understanding of their potential impact on patient health.
As our community grows, our combined strengths in clinical care, research, and education will ensure a smooth transition of knowledge from classrooms and labs to physicians and patients.
Engaging in translational research that transforms concepts into clinical applications empowers providers with options that genuinely benefit their patients. This is where the real impact lies, and it's a primary motivation for my participation in research.
We look forward to developing new residency programs and innovative care models, continuing our mission to improve community health and work towards a healthy Nevada.
We're stronger together. We're a healthy Nevada.
A State of the School address would not be complete without recognizing the role that our generous donors play. Philanthropy helps to drive innovation, fund research faculty, and provide our medical students and our PA students with much needed scholarship support. While I cannot name all our donors, I must highlight the Redfield Foundation, which continues to be a friend and partner of UNR Med. Last year, a generous donor endowment, the Alan J. Arnold, MD Charitable Foundation, through the Nevada Community Foundation and trustee Chip Wallace, provided funds to support a variety of UNR Med initiatives, including new research in prostate and bladder cancer, the Student Summer Research Program, and a full-time audiologist. With the help of that same donor and additional donors, we established a Springboard Fund, and through that mechanism, 2 of our junior scientists have garnered $100,000 to jumpstart their work. With the help of generous donors, we also strive to increase scholarship support, because debt load keeps rising, and that can have a profound impact on career choices. While we remain below the national average, the student debt load is still unacceptably high and increasing. The median debt for the class of 2023 was $162,000, and for the class of 2024, it's $172,000. The projected debt for the class of 2028, our current first-year medical students, is significantly higher than that. Our financial aid officer, who has appropriately renamed his role as Management Debt Officer, or Debt Management Officer, Leonard Walker, works diligently with medical students to find creative ways to reduce the burden. As someone who went deeply into debt myself, I appreciate his efforts. And nothing makes Leonard smile more than when I tell him that new scholarship money is heading his way. And so, with that in mind, I can announce that we recently secured an $800,000 pledge to support our students named the John Healy Medical Student Scholarship, a gift that will have a pronounced impact on students in need. I want to personally thank Dr. Healy and Mr. Kirby Adams for their remarkable support of our school and our mission. A round of applause, please. Thinking ahead, this coming year is filled with risk. We face 2 pivotal reaccreditation visits. One, from the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education, which will take place in January or February of 2025, and then the Liaison Committee on Medical Education, or LCME, on September 29th to October 1st, 2025. Dr. Dave Carlson will lead the effort with the ACGME, and we have already had a series of informative and productive meetings with our program directors and chairs. Dr. Tim Baker, our Vice Dean, is the LCME faculty lead, and we have engagement of multiple committees, our students, and staff. Our recent LCME rollout was a festive event, in part due to a competitive pie-eating contest, with first and second place won by 2 students, not, I will add, 2 faculty. We understand that this process truly takes a village and is the ultimate in an all-hands-on-deck effort. We want our students to be able to apply to residency programs knowing that their school has a strong reputation among program directors. We want to show the LCME that UNR Med is student-focused and ready to take on challenges in medical education. There are certainly critiques of this process, but we are working diligently to put our best foot forward. We are confident that in addition to strong pre-medical education, the UNR Med Renown Health affiliation will help us to demonstrate why and how the 3rd and 4th years of medical school experience provide a strong foundation in clinical medicine and prepare our students for the rigors of residency. In the next year, and hopefully with a combination of state support and philanthropy, we aim to stand up the Nevada Center for Patient Safety and Simulation. We are in discussions with the Hospital Quality Initiative, with whom we may partner. The Nevada Rural Hospital Partners and their Critical Access Hospital members have expressed interest. A novel concept is mobile simulation. We plan to take our highly specialized mannequins and educators on the road in order to provide rural hospitals with the opportunity to train their staff and learn from experienced teachers in interprofessional education. It is also an initiative in collaboration with the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine at UNLV and Dean Mark Kahn. We will be seeking seed funding at the time of the upcoming legislative session beginning in February, as well as philanthropic support for the center. One major transformative change for UNR and UNR Med is the potential for the construction of the new Sierra Nevada VA hospital on the north end of our campus. The opportunity to have the VA healthcare system just a stone's throw from our educational and research buildings will allow our trainees and those from the Orvis School of Nursing, the School of Public Health, and the School of Social Work to learn from and contribute to the health of a much valued segment of our population, our veterans. We also have the potential for a build-out of new wet lab space, which would increase scientific collaboration and crosstalk. We hope to hear good news and a final decision soon. I want to personally thank President Sandoval for his advocacy and hard work in getting us to this point. I know that he and the provost spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C. and elsewhere espousing the benefits, and we at UNR Med are very thankful for that. A second major change on campus in the next year is the construction of the new home for the Nevada State Public Health Laboratory. Construction is now getting underway, and logistical and financial plans are being devised to ensure a smooth transition. The laboratory has been a national leader in describing the COVID pandemic and the worrisome spread of Candida auris in southern Nevada. We thank Dr. Mark Pandori for his service to the lab, the university, and the state. A very active search is underway for a new director. The search committee is comprised of a diverse group of individuals, all of whom have an important stake in the future of the lab and in the role the lab plays in public health. And I hope to be able to report to you some good news soon. I recently posted a statement on UNR Med's website regarding our commitment to diversity and inclusion, as the last one was written by Dean Schwenk. In it, I state that our vision of a healthy Nevada cannot be achieved without an intentional focus on diversity and its relevance to clinical practice and excellence in patient outcomes. We support an environment that is conducive to learning and intellectual curiosity, necessary prerequisites for the development of culturally sensitive clinicians and researchers. I add, we highlight the importance of these concepts in our daily work and in our professional and personal interactions. We say in our value statement that we serve with integrity. This is not just a value, this is a core value. In that vein, during this summer's white coat ceremony, I spoke of the need for civility. We live in challenging times when emotions run high on a host of issues. But when it comes to healthcare and science, we must leave our preconceived notions at the door, whether in the clinic or in the lab. All patients expect us to treat them as sentient beings, regardless of political leaning, ethnic or religious group, economic stratum, sexual orientation, or any other characteristic. In summary, as we enter UNR's 151st year, and UNR Med's 54th year, it is clear that we are at a remarkable university and at a remarkable time during the university's history. The people of UNR Med, faculty, students, and staff, are working to lift us up to new levels of excellence. From the development of new therapeutics for muscular dystrophy to the Student Outreach Clinic, from our standardized patient program to the Sanford Center for Aging, from our educational partnerships with Tokyo Medical and Dental University and Queen's University to a remarkable anatomy laboratory, from Project ECHO to our Wilderness Medicine Fellowship, we should be proud of who we are and where we are going. Do we have a lot of work to do going forward? The answer is, of course, yes. Will we succeed? The answer is an emphatic yes. The state of the school is good, and our mandate is clear. I'm also glad to finish tonight with a brief vignette. Upon landing following a flight back from Washington, D.C., the passenger in the seat next to me asked if I worked at the university, as I was wearing the 150th anniversary pin on my lapel. After I responded in the affirmative, he asked me where on campus I worked, and I replied the School of Medicine, to which he said, "Hey, I heard there's some great things going on there. Is that true?" "Oh, yes," I responded. "Very true indeed." So maybe the word is getting out. But I didn't say something to him that's very, very important, something which I will conclude with tonight, channeling our president. Go Pack. Thank you for listening. I wish you a safe and happy Thanksgiving holiday. And for those of you here in attendance, we have a very nice reception, so I hope you do stay. And if you're going to the basketball game, I can tell you that UNR will win that game. Thank you and good evening.